Now he's building up. You can hear it. His voice is his notes going up, even intense. Oh, hello.
I am the war chief.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. We're in session once again for something a little bit different because this is going to be our first dedicated song breakdown of a Niji song. So today we'll be taking a look at Fuwa's new original, Midnight Love. It came out a little over almost 3 weeks ago at this point. And we'll be taking a close look at it. We'll be giving it the same treatment, of course. Giving it the quick pass and a lyric breakdown. And a big shout out to our community member, Scoro, for providing the lyric translation that we'll be using for today. All right? So with that, let's get this thing started. As one of the mainstays in the top 50 Niji lists and the top 100 list that I first saw, we already know what to expect from Fuwa. So let's get this thing going, shall we? Here we go. Quick pass time. No CCs. So we got the lyric translation from a community member. Ooh. Got some lo-fi beats going on right now. Okay. I wonder who this person in the illustration is. Looks like a some sort of a love interest, because if you look at her left hand, there's some jewelry there. Oh wow, he's playing into that lower tone, comfy, lo-fi vibe, huh? Very well at that. And this beat, so clean. Oh, now he's building up. You can hear it. His voice is his notes going up, even intense. Oh, hello. Oh, okay, there's suddenly a story. What's happening here? Oh wow, this is not... Sorry, I went quiet there. I didn't know where it was going. Wait, I'm holding. Dang. There's something dramatic going on here. Oi. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Now I'm really interested to see what the lyrics do mean. Tempo shift. Now it's beat is going a little faster. It's now matching his words. Now he's like speaking faster. He sounds a bit more distressed, a little bit more. There's a lot of emotion now packed into it. Wow. The way he was singing those lyrics earlier almost sounded like he was crying out for help almost. Or he was reaching out to someone. Something. Huh. Oh. Wow. And it ends there. And it ends there with that, actually. You know, for a little while there, I thought that the MV was going to pretty much just be a lyric video with this illustration here, front and center, no? And then all of a sudden, we had this transition to black and white, we had something similar to a manga style illustration. And there's this whole story that was going on all of a sudden. And we end with this. Dang, you know what? I was vibing with that so much. It kind of surprised me when the song actually ended. I'm like, wait, it ends there? I was waiting to see where it would go. But I guess in that way, just how it sounds musically, no? It tells me that it's something of a bit of a cliffhanger because the way the song was structured almost sounded like, this is the part where he is establishing the plot. Here is where he introduces some form of conflict, right? We move on over here. He's singing. His singing is becoming more emotional, more fast paced. There's a tempo shift that indicates a change as well. And then at the end of it, all we're left is with this, and then this picture in particular. And we didn't really understand what was the full resolution at the end of all that. So now will be the chance to take a look at the lyrics, and then we'll do that lyric breakdown that is a trademark of this channel. So we'll get to that in just a second. I know there's some of you here who are only here for the quick pass, and I appreciate you all the same. Thank you so much for dropping by. For those of you who are here for the breakdown, well, here we go. So the lyrics will be flashed over here. And the first question I need to ask myself is, why is this song called Midnight Love? And can we figure out the reason behind it through the breakdown of the lyrics? Okay, here we go. It really does sound like a story. This is that slow introduction. The book opens, you see the first few pages. Pay me more, your love. I just swayed with you, I just touched you. That time alone can't be fake. I closed my mouth, even though that was the key. Ooh, love the way he says that. Driven insane by our love, the two of us sleep together. I embraced your body, and I don't wish for anything more. We both know it, the unspoken promise. Okay. So before we jump into the next verse, let's think about what we just heard. That one, talking about I just swayed with you. Such is also like it's a little dance. It's very romantic, I closed my mouth, even though that was the key. Kind of like, kind of to say sometimes you don't need to say the words, and sometimes speaking might ruin the moment. Could be any of those things. Driven insane by our love, the two of us sleep together. I embrace your body. I don't wish for anything more. We both know it. The unspoken promise. Now, what could this unspoken promise be? That perhaps it's inferring moving the relationship to the next level. Perhaps this is, it seems like it's a relationship. It's more of a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. But perhaps this unspoken promise is that they'll move it to the next level. Perhaps those are possible interpretations from the first verse. Let's move on to the second one. The pages turn and turn, and there's a cool touch there. When he says the pages turn and turn, you do hear that little sound effect of that book, of like a flip, like when you're flipping pages through a book, like that one. And it says here, Odoriko is our stage. And the TL note here says, Odoriko is a limited express train service that runs between Tokyo and Shuzenji in the Shizuoka prefecture. So now it introduces that element of distance. Okay. which tells me, which it lets me infer that there is a distance, between Tokyo and Nijisanji, and that train is where they spend a lot of their time, possibly. Go. Oh, he's going a little fast here. The creaking timber of our backs and the already broken brakes. I spent my days using lip service. You who knew it all but remained silent. Okay. Yeah, he goes through that pretty quickly. You who knew it all but remained silent. My body conveniently begins, but I can't fake my heart. The creaking timber of our backs and the already broken brakes. Spent my days using lip service. You who knew it all but remained silent. So now this is that little conflict with the train. When you say already broken brakes, it doesn't usually mean anything too literal. But when you say broken brakes, it could possibly mean something along the lines of how, due to the wear and tear of the constant usage of the constant back and forth with this train, perhaps something already went wrong in the, it's been long enough that now you're seeing the cracks form. Something like that. It's the problem that comes with wear and tear. So perhaps there's a question of how long can we maintain this? Now the doubts are sinking in. And the way he addresses it is he spent his days using lip service to perhaps reassure her that, oh, it's all going to be okay. And she knew it was lip service, but she remained silent, perhaps for the sake of this relationship. And his body conveniently begins, but he can't fake his heart. So one thing, he's trying to convey one thing, but deep inside, he's conveying something else completely. And perhaps he wears his heart on his sleeve, and she knows that. She can see right through him. And, if they've been in a relationship long enough, that's something to be expected, that you get to know each other very intimately. All those little habits come into play. Go next. My messy hair is fine the way it is. Okay. So, he goes pretty fast in that one too. My messy hair is fine the way it is, as long as tonight we're playing the lead roles. What's the conclusion to the love we've acted? Key word there. That's the only thing unmentioned. That's our rule. The second hand of the clock is ringing, or probably ticking, something like that. Love that's been faked and hidden. There's no meaning to search for it. Embracing the love with a lie. Good night. So now it really goes now into working off of the previously established notion of that wear and tear, that long duration, and now you're seeing the cracks form. And now this one is a more outright declaration of those tense feelings, in that as long as tonight we're playing the lead roles, what's the conclusion to the love we've acted? So just by using the word acted in this context, now you can tell that there really is just like, it almost feels like they're just together out of convenience, or something along the lines of how it's kind of like a sunk cost fallacy, in that you've spent so much time and effort on it, it would be a shame to drop it or end it on this kind of note. But there's very clearly some tension there, and it's not going the way they want it to. Now it feels more like a charade, just an act. And now we'll take a look at that at the manga panels. The second hand never stops echoing, but we're repeating that day. This is the end, you say. I think again, but why? Hey, pay me more your love. I just swayed with you, I just touched you. That time alone can't be faked. I closed my mouth even though that was the key. Oof, love the way he sings that. Driven insane by our love, the two of us sleep together. I embrace your body. I don't wish for anything more. We both know it. The unspoken promise. I even got to use the late night intercom call. We can't stay as the beautiful memory that once was. Okay, hold on. Okay, before we jump into this part. Now we understand that part more. Because this time he's repeating the chorus, right? About, with pay me more your love. And now there's given more context. Now we understand what he means by that time alone, or rather the time we spent just the two of us, can't be fake. Rather to say that it's now mixed because there are still those emotions, and whatever they felt at the time is still very real, and that's carrying them forward. But at the same time, he can't deny, neither of them can deny, that this is really not working out anymore. And maybe they're latching on to those feelings of what happened in that time that they had spent intimately with each other. A lot of nuance to this. Okay. So let me rewind this just a little bit more, because when he goes into this part, he speaks very fast, so we're going to have to go through it a little bit more slowly, okay? I even got used to the late night intercom call. We can't stay as the beautiful memory that once was. The hands we held and the kisses we shared simply protect us tomorrow. Thus morning comes to our daily lives and we drift apart as if nothing happened. I'm sick of it all. The light will take care of all these thoughts. I just want to be apart. The thought makes me stretch my arms out to you again. For the rest of those lyrics, I've been living my life, hiding the days of ambiguous love by wanting to see you. And I return here again today. When will I meet your love again? There's like a constant back and forth that's happening internally with him. That's probably why, like, at this point, you can assume that he left. He kind of just left her there. And she just wakes up to see this on her phone. And it's a YouTube video from Fuwa. And if you look closely, it's just him saying that. Not even saying that, but just gesturing. So, what does this tell us? Like with the lyrics we just saw earlier in the faster part, it almost sounded like a rap. He got used to the late night calls, but they can't stay as the beautiful memory that once was. The hands we held and the kisses we shared simply protect us tomorrow. But the thing is, it's tomorrow, not that long term. So he's acknowledging that these are all just short-term band-aid solutions, And the morning comes to our daily lives and we drift apart as if nothing happened. So what was it? And he's sick of it. He just wants to be apart. And yet, he also asks, when will I meet your love again? You see what I mean with that internal conflict? Maybe he's longing for the days long past when the feelings or the emotions, the attachments still felt very real. But at this point, it's just faded. It's a little sad. And it happens to a lot of people. And that's the reality of the situation. Midnight love. Perhaps midnight love is referring to those late nights. As he said, guy got used to the late night intercom calls. Those midnight hours where perhaps the emotions were most real and most passionate, and yet now are also just no longer working out. There's a lot of there is a lot of nuance that goes into this, but it's definitely a song of heartbreak. A lot of bittersweet emotions that go into the aspects of a relationship. Okay. Well, this is not a podcast of Dr. Love or anything like that. But it sort of ended up a little bit on that note, because well, those lyrics were definitely hitting along those notes, you know? So, let's see. Let's get out of here, huh? Whew. Man, I can already tell that a lot of the people who enjoyed this song probably could relate in some way, shape, or form. Heartbreak comes in so many other forms, I tell you what. It's just one of those things. Every relationship is different. Everything is a case-to-case basis. And no single person's solution or case will ever be the same for anyone else's. It's just one of those tough things in life, you know? As much relationship advice that you can give a friend of yours or something like that, you're not them, they're not you. So it's really more just general advice you can give instead of anything specific. Most of it comes from figuring it out yourself, you know? That's about all I have to say about that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for pointing this out to me. I think it was Everfall, our ever reliable Everfall, who recommended this to me in the Discord. So yeah, I think we'll definitely be doing more Niji reactions moving forward, like dedicated song reactions as well. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you weren't all too heartbroken about it. If you'd like to hang out with us more directly, there's a link to our Discord in the description below. If you would like to support this channel more directly, there is also a link to the Patreon where you guys can check out some interesting perks that I have in store for you. Please remember to like and subscribe. And with that, I would say our session is adjourned. Everybody, please take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. This is Senator Warchief signing out. Otsu Sen.